So when you feel discouraged, and we all get to that point, right? We're all discouraged at some point. How do we get out of it? What I want you to do when you get into that discouragement point is sit in it for a minute. Recognize you're discouraged, but then recognize where it's coming from. Okay, so you're discouraged because, fill in the blank, right? I'm discouraged because someone told me no. I was rejected. Someone didn't use my services. So, fill in the blank, okay? Now think that thing that happened, that thing that's causing you to feel discouraged. If you remove the discouragement part and just think about that action or that circumstance of whatever had just happened to you, happened in your life, what is it that you're making that mean? Okay, so I'm going to give you an example. So I was scrolling through, I saw one of our agents, posting in another group and going to another conference and getting, engaging, right? And getting help and all that kind of stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. But what I made that mean was I wasn't doing my job, that I wasn't doing it right. And then that spirals down into, I don't know how to help. Am I even helping anyone? You notice the thought pattern? How we start to layer on the thoughts that we're having, right? It means that we can't do it. And then that leads us to discouragement. So if you find yourself in discouragement, stop and recognize where that thought's coming from. But also the key to this is, what is it that you're making it mean? Okay? What are you making it mean? That is the fastest way that you get out of discouragement, is to recognize. So first, number one, you're going to identify the thing that happened in your life that you feel like is causing that feeling. Okay, so the thing that happened is number one. Number two, recognize the thought that you're having about it. Number three, how is it making you feel when you have that thought? And number four, what are you making it mean? And once you can identify all those parts of the situation that you're in, the circumstance, right, that you're in, once you can identify all those parts, then you can be able to see, okay, I'm making this circumstance, this thing that happened, I can see what I'm making it mean. And then the kicker is, don't believe your own story. I wrote a story in my head where I made that circumstance mean something that it didn't have to mean, that it doesn't necessarily mean. If you dig in and I ask myself questions and I challenge myself about that, right? Challenge yourself about the thing that you're thinking. Is it really true? Is it a possibility that there's another explanation? Ask yourself those questions, challenge your thoughts, and challenge what you think about it. And then you can get out of discouragement.